Hello? I'm at 452 Wadsworth Lane. Somebody's breaking into my house. I think they're trying to kill me. Hurry.
September 1st, 1989. Officer James Torch, Field Journal. Lars Wernicke's call came in last night at 1 a.m. I was actually sleeping off a hangover at the station. Wish I'd been sober enough to notice the blinking answering machine before waking up this morning. I'd had so many beers I don't even remember how I got to the police station from the bar, but at least now I can check on Mr. Wernicke before my shift starts. The bakery probably uses this spigot to hose down the alleyway. The right alleyway contained a dumpster that seemed to belong to the bakery next to Wernicke's house. It was filled with stale bread, crumb-covered wrappers, and a mostly empty bag of expired flour. There's a tax firm to Wernicke's left. Don't think they get much business this time of year. A clear plastic cubby on the tax firm door contained laminated pamphlets advertising their services. I noticed one of the bricks was loose in Wernicke's wall. I wasn't surprised Wernicke's door was locked, but it was worrying when he never came to answer. For his sake, I decided to find my own way in to check on him. A wooden gate separated me from Wernicke's backyard. It was locked, but I could see a nearby flower pot on the windowsill and a shed on the other side. The brick sent the flower pot clattering to the grass, revealing a key on the windowsill. Hope nobody heard that. I briefly ran the bag of flour under the tap. Now I just need something to stir with. After a few failed throws, the hose tagged the key, and I'd fished my prize. I quickly let myself into the backyard. The shed was guarded with a combination lock. There weren't many tools in it. Wernicke's apparently not much of a handyman. Wernicke's shed was wooden and semi-portable, definitely a mass-produced model. Based on the sorry state of his yard, I suspected he didn't use it often. With how much Wernicke boarded his place up, I was sure I could find a use for this. There's a bottle of caustic soda in the shed. According to the bottle, it was used as an ingredient in several different types of cleaning agents. I put my hand on the back door to knock, but it creaked open at my touch. Considering the rest of the house is in lockdown, I found that a bit unusual. There's a paper clip on the kitchen countertop. The light switch didn't work. Looked like Wernicke's power was out. Using the paperclip as a makeshift fuse, I was able to restore power to Wernicke's house. I preferred to leave the lights on now that I'd restored power. A comfy couch sat facing the television. I suspected Wernicke spent a lot of time on it. The books on the bookshelf had a distinctly medical theme. Doesn't look like Wernicke was much for light reading. An old television sat in the living room. I could turn it on, but the screen was so dirty I couldn't see what it was displaying. I found a book about amateur chemistry. Why would Wernicke have something like that? Several of the floor tiles in Wernicke's kitchen were loose. I couldn't remove them from their slots entirely, making me suspect it might be somehow intentional. I unboarded the kitchen window, letting the street lamp illuminate the area. Wernicke had a calendar in his kitchen listing all sorts of meetings, a different person each time. He had an appointment yesterday night, but the name of the attendee is scratched out. I didn't see any clues as to the nature of these meetings. Wernicke was fully clothed. I don't think he was using the facilities and didn't seem to have a reason to be in the bathroom. Wernicke's towel was hanging neatly on the rack. It didn't appear to have been used in the murder, the sink top. I felt sure I could borrow it without risk of disturbing the crime scene. I took some hydrogen peroxide from the cabinet under the sink. This window was boarded up just as tightly as the other. I used the towel to clean the television screen. It seemed to be hooked up to a security camera showing... Where is that? I found a secret entrance. A hidden passageway in the kitchen floor tiles led to some sort of basement. A beaker labeled muriatic acid was sitting on Wernicke's laboratory table. I didn't have any need for Wernicke's centrifuge, but the battery would probably come in handy. Wernicke kept detailed records about his patients and the operations he'd performed. Last night he'd splinted a leg bone for... Wait a minute. This can't be right. The operating table was stained with fresh blood. I don't think it's Wernicke's. The acid easily ate through the doorknob to Wernicke's bedroom. Wernicke had a nice bed. I don't think he got to sleep on it last night.
Hi, I was just returning your call. You buzzed me like 15 minutes ago, but I was at the bar,
This is the family of Nathaniel Torch.
I guess, yeah?
I completed an operation on your brother's leg not 15 minutes ago, and a piece of marrow broke off the bone and reached his heart. Sincere apologies. There was nothing I could do, but he owes me $1,500 in unpaid medical debt, which falls to his first of kin.
Wait, what? Is Nathan okay?
His exact time of death was 12:47 a.m.
What?
It was an unlikely but real risk in this sort of a surgery. I'm sorry for your loss, but businesses don't run themselves, I'm afraid.
You killed Nathan? You son of a bitch?
Please, language. This call is being recorded, and I'm not prepared to give up your brother's body until my fiscal requirements are met.
Now you hold on. You can't just call me in the middle of the night and confess to murdering my brother. Do you even know who I am?
Payment can be made at 452 Wadsworth Lane.
Wait.
Do be quick about it.
Oh, I'll be there, asshole. Don't hold your breath.
Message deleted.
Unfortunately, there were no clues in the messages on Wernicke's answering machine, nothing to point to who could have committed this crime. And that was when disaster struck. The paperclip I'd left in the fuse box sparked and caught the edge of the house. Before I could do anything, the entire property was going up in flames. Wernicke had some cleaning supplies in his bathroom. It's disappointing, I know, that we'll never learn why somebody came to Wernicke's house last night and murdered him. But most cases go unresolved, unfortunately. That's just part of the job.